If the spike is planted and you have to defuse it, you can look at the spike and you can see a white circle going in. If you defuse before this white circle goes in, you have time for the defuse. And if not, you don't. If the spike is planted and you don't know if the enemy is faking or not, and you have a weird angle like this, you can actually see if the spike is red or blue. And if it's red, the enemy is defusing at the current time, and if it's blue, he's not. If you maybe go for a quick peek and see it's red, the enemy is actually defusing. And if it's blue, he's not. A good way to find out if someone is peeking the corner you want to look around at is by shoulder peeking. Especially if the enemy has an AWP, it's really useful to bait out the shots. And shoulder peeking is basically like, if you think an enemy is here, you basically just walk normal speed and do this quick peek, and the enemy won't have time to react and shoot you, and you will still get the info. So in game it would look something like this. And now you baited out the shot. So from the enemy point of view it would look something like this when he's scoped in. And basically you think he's gonna peek around all the way, and yeah. You're gonna try and shoot him, but you're most likely gonna miss, because you can't react quick enough, and yeah, it's really hard to counter. If you're playing on Bind as Cypher and someone is hiding in the teleporter room, you can simply go up to the teleporter and place your camera like this. Once it's placed, you can look inside the teleporter, and by shooting, you can open the teleporter door from the outside and get an easy kill inside. If you, your mate, or your enemy is playing Omen on Bind, you have to be aware that they can do fake teleports. They will look something like this. And yeah. It's a really good way to fake the teleports, especially if Omen has both of the teleports ready. And it can confuse your teammates or your enemies, depends on how you use it. And yeah, just be aware that Omen can do that on Bind. If you manage to get a bomb site fully cleared out, and you basically have the decision whether to plant openly or very defensively, I always suggest going for the open plant, even though it might be risky for the 4 seconds you need to plant. I think it's 4. And yeah, if you plant here, it's much easier to shoot from long, from short, and from heaven. Whilst if you plant, for example, here, you can only shoot it from this angle, and you can't stand at backside like right here and pre-aim, because they've just been cover when planting. And yeah, when you're playing the Bucky shotgun, there are actually 2 different firing modes. One is left click, and it's basically for short range, while right click is for long range. The left click on this range does not a lot of damage at all, and you need like, I don't know what, that was 5 or 6 shots, but need a lot of shots. And if you right click, you can do the same damage in 2 or 3 shots, depends on how the bullets spread. And yeah, it's really effective. You can also see it on in my spread. Like if I stand here at this wall and I left click, it looks like this. If I right click, it looks like that. When you know the enemy team has flashbangs, you can simply expect the flash and turn around in time in order to not get flashed. A lot of people don't do this, including myself. I struggle with it quite a bit, but yeah, it's really, really useful. It will look something like this. And yeah, basically the human body has enough time to react to the flashes, and you therefore can simply turn around. You have a higher DPS when left clicking and immediately right clicking after with the classic. Next up, I'm gonna show you the knifing damage values. Knifing from the front with the left click in the head does 50 damage. Knifing also from the front, but in the stomach does also 50 damage. And in the legs from the front with a simple left click, also 50 damage. If you right click in the head, it does 75. If you right click in the stomach, also 75. And if you right click on the leg, also 75. If you left click from the back in the head, it one hits you. If you left click from the back in the stomach, also one hits you. And in the legs, it also one hits you. And right click will one hit you as well from the back, no matter what.